welcome everyone to May 14th pre-market session. What a crazy market, huh? We are at all-time high on S&P 500, which is pretty crazy. And we are still holding very strong at all-time highs. Another pretty amazing kind of market and price action, which is really interesting. So what happened? The market yesterday broke out of this 471 and pushed all the way higher. And what's happening right now in the pre-market? In the pre-market, we are holding above the yesterday close, pretty strong so far, and the current high or pre-market high is around 745.4.5. So what happened on the economic calendar side? We had retail sales, which it beat expectation, and April retail sales rose 0.4% compared to 0.5% compared to 0.4, and ex auto sales rose 0.7% versus 0.4 expected. Jobless claim slightly higher. Initial claim came in 211,000 versus 208,000 expected, and showing basically slight labor softening, but technically it's nothing major, and the market is pushing all the way higher. Inflation pressure still, the whole concept is still there, and import prices rose 1.9% and export prices jumped 3.3%, keeping inflation concern still the same and alive. NVDA's market cap is 5.5 trillion. It's a country for itself. I guess only China and US's GDP is higher than NVDA, which is insane, right? This is a massive asset, and actually it had approval for H12 chip sales to some Chinese companies as well. CSCO had earning, which we will talk about it, and it's basically sharply pushed higher in the pre-market. Okay, what else? Geopolitical tensions. Everything is quiet. Trump, Xi or Xi, I don't know. Summit has basically nothing surprising. Both of them supported the fact that Strait of Hormuz should be open, and that's it. The market is at all-time high. Not a lot of crazy things. There is nothing major in the headlines yet, and the market is still pushing all the way higher, which is great. Why not? We're going higher and we'll trade it. So let's talk about S&P 500. Let's start with the overall market first, check out the price action, and then we'll walk our way all the way to individual stocks and tickers. S&P 500 for 741 was the resistance area, right? Oops. Yeah, so 741 was the resistance area that we broke yesterday, right around when? Like around 12:15-ish, 12 p.m. We broke all-time high. We had this great retest of 735. This is something that I mentioned yesterday as well, and like on Tuesday as well. Finally, we had a pullback, and as a result of this pullback, we just had this juice to push back up higher. Finally, we had this reversal set up, and around 12:15, we broke all-time high on SPY, and then we held this zone really well as well. What's happening in the pre-market? We're holding yesterday high. So around this 743 would be one of the important levels, demand zones, and the next key demand zone would be around this 740.41 on SPY. To the upside, all-time high, pre-market high, very clear level of 745, 745.5 would be our key zone here on SPY. Thank you, Farshad. So NVDA versus the world, US 32.3 trillion, China 20.8 trillion, and then NVDA 5.5 trillion, and then we have Germany 5.4 trillion. This is insane. Like the company is bigger than the country. Japan 4.3 trillion. Crazy. Wow. All right. And the AI, I want to say hype is not technically everyone is saying it's a bubble. It's not technically a bubble. Like they're selling it. Like it's a cheap. Like they're selling it. It's an actual product, right? It's not just www at the beginning of the name of the company, like 1999 and .com bubble. But yeah, we can't predict what will happen. We'll see. We'll see if this is a bubble. We'll see if this will burst. We'll see if this is real. We'll see. But based on the numbers, like NVDA is selling, like it's actual money, and actual product being sold. So pretty crazy. Okay, SPY. That's about SPY. So make sure you check out 745 and around the 740-ish zone as the main key zones on watch on SPY. Qs also broke all-time high yesterday, but not a very strong break. We broke it, and it basically retested, didn't continue the move really like the move that SPY did or had. And what happened here was basically a breakout and a retest of this 714-ish zone a couple of times, and in the after hour we hit 718.5, but then finally we pushed back down. Right now we are approaching this whole demand zone again. We'll see if this will hold or not. So I want to see if Qs can hold 712, 713, 714 level, and if it does, this would be a good again point for Qs to bounce back up and push all the way higher. Yeah, so that's about Qs. Let's go over a couple of individual tickers. Apple. You see what happened here? Apple ended up moving pretty well yesterday, actually. This consolidation was an interesting consolidation. I started monitoring Apple right from all of these times, if you remember. Apple was like this was the exact date that I mentioned. Apple holding this 275, we might bounce back up, and it did work out pretty well, actually. We had another consolidation 2 days ago, and finally we broke all-time high of 294 yesterday, and now we're holding right around this 300 level. So 301 and 297 would be the key zones on Apple on watch for the day if you want to focus on trading Apple. Tesla, TSLA. Well, we had just a couple of interesting days, but this 450 level is a massive resistance. It's still holding. Lots of sellers there. We're still rejecting there. And yesterday we hit this 450 level again, and nothing really, right? This was a reversal setup, a pushback down to 430 level and bounce back up. Beautiful reversal and push all the way back up. But again, we were struggling to break this 450 level. We'll see if this happens today. We'll see if it can break. The price, I don't like this whole price action with these weeks rejections, and we are like right in the middle all of these rejections. So yeah, definitely I'm not like loving this price action right now, but it's like, we'll see if it breaks above this 454.5 would be interesting to watch, definitely. If it pulls back, it will be cool, right? It would be interesting to see a pullback down, maybe 442, and or maybe a little bit lower, maybe down till 430, even 78. All right, around these areas, and bounce back up, and getting ready for a possible another kind of reversal setup or a big push to the upside. That would be interesting. So I would be watching this 442 level on Tesla, also this 453.45 resistance. And NVDA 227, 228, and 232. There's nothing else to talk about. Like, we are at all-time high, right? So yeah, we'll trade the all-time high. We'll see. Like, this is the pre-market high and low, and yesterday high. That's it. There's nothing else there. Nothing else to be worried. As long as we're holding in this range, not fan of it, because after this gap up and NVDA being 5.5 trillion market cap, I'm not sure if it just will have some massive moves or not, but we'll watch it. Definitely, it's at all-time high. We'll see how it moves. Key levels: pre-market high, pre-market low, yesterday high. Easy. Google finally pushed all the way higher. Finally, after a couple of days of like consolidation and this exhausted move or exhaustion, it retested and then boom, a massive bounce back up. The same thing happened on Amazon. Do you remember I said Amazon needs some kind of juice here? It needed to pull back. It did pull back pretty well, and then boom, a big move yesterday. We'll see if this will continue or not. But I think both Amazon and Google are setting up pretty well. Actually, when Google did set up yesterday pretty well and pushed all the way higher, and it's at all-time high, rejected 404 all-time high again. So we'll be watching this zone here. The next level, honestly, you could watch 398, but the next main level would be this 393 level that I would be interested in watching on Amazon. Sorry, on Google. AMD. Yeah, AMD is consolidating. I think we should let it consolidate after this crazy rally. We should just let it consolidate, maybe pull back down a little bit more. So there might be an opportunity on AMD if it breaks maybe below these zones of like, yeah, 425, 426. If it gets below this zone, there might be a chance for a possible pullback down till maybe 401, right? And then we have a gap there as well. I'm not sure if that will like get filled or not, but yeah, probably I would be interested in seeing AMD doing some sort of consolidation pullback, or it might hit this 422.3. I'm sorry, 420, maybe 5. Yeah, 425, and then bounce back up. So obviously that would be on watch. And then 457-ish area would be the first resistance zone I would be watching on. AMD, Meta. Meta is just like hanging out in this range. Let it get out of this 625, and then yeah, there's nothing on Meta for me to just explain or do. Like, it's just in this range. I want to get out of this range. Above this 625, below this 600, 593. So nothing interesting there. Microsoft, not interested. MU still looks strong. So yeah, MU is looking pretty solid, consolidating, and I like this whole consolidation. It was a massive pullback and bounce back up and another hold. So MU might be setting up here. So 770. Yeah, 778, and then around this 800. It's almost 820, right? Let's zoom in. Right, the yesterday high, and yeah, it's around like almost 820, and then here we have 778, right? This would be the key levels that I would be watching on MU. MU looks pretty solid. I like this consolidation. I like this whole pullback and this hold by the bids, by the buyers right around this 780 level. So this looks pretty solid, pretty strong hold on MU. We lose this 778. We can retest this 750, 748.9. And well, all-time high is all-time high and very obvious, I guess. Right? That is, I guess, about MU. And Amazon retested after a couple of days of like pretty ugly price action. We finally pulled back down and bounced back up. We'll see if it can push all the way higher and it has the juice to continue moving higher or not. But definitely we'll watch Amazon here as well for a possible continuation here. NBIS, it just consolidated yesterday, nothing crazy, so still around this 215, above 215 to 17, and maybe below this 198 on watch. Cisco, let's take a look at Cisco's price action. I didn't change it to just do it all together. So Cisco, where was it? It was like trading right around here. Where is the all-time high? It's like here. Where are we right now? We're here. So we had this pretty massive gap up on Cisco, definitely on watch for a day, and 115, 116 on watch. This whole like maybe 113, 116 would be the first demand zone that I would be probably watching, and then the 122, 120, 123 would be the resistance on watch on Cisco. Okay, so Cisco on watch for the day, very like straightforward price action. I wouldn't be again trading if it just stays in this range probably, but any reaction or any bounce around these areas would be interesting. Any continuation would be interesting. Any breakout of this range would be interesting. If it pushes back down and breaks below this zone, that might be a gap fill setup as well, but what we will see. So Tesla on watch for a possible break or maybe retest of this zone and continuation. NVDA is at all-time high, definitely on watch. I will be setting some alerts here on NVDA because it might not really. We'll see if it will move heavily in when the market open or not. What happened? So yeah, Google. I would be watching all-time high on Google as well, and then we have AMD. Let it stay there. MU. Yeah, definitely. I would be watching MU. Right around these all-time highs as well, and then also Amazon, possibly if it gets out of this 271-ish level, I would be interested in checking out Amazon as well. And finally Cisco, very clear ticker on watch for the day. All right. Awesome. So great. Thank you guys for watching this pre-market live. We're doing this every single day except Wednesdays, and I'm gonna go ahead and trade live with MTC. If you want to join us and trade live with us every single day, we caught a lot of crazy moves in the last couple of days, all live together. If you want to join us, you can check out the description below. There is a trial link that you can join and trade live with us, attending all the webinars. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. What's that called? Ring that bell, and make sure you ask any questions if you have in the comments below. I will answer your questions. Take care. Have a great day. We'll be trading live. See you there.